Man, I'm just chilling like a...
Welcome back to HIVEMIND Unlimited.
Today we're doing a tier list of movie villains. That's right. Some people root for the heroes. Some people root for the villains. The villains are important in the plot of a movie. Gotta have somebody to root for, somebody to root against. Good and evil, battling it out. That's most movies. Guy gets girl, guy loses girl, guy gets girl back. Those are some other movies.
Girl turns into dragon.
Well, today we're talking about movies where it's good versus evil, and we're ranking the evil guys.
Heck yeah.
We got a Patreon link in the description, $5 a month. Great way to support us. Or you can click that join button over on the main channel, HIVEMIND. You get extra videos, stuff like that. Cope.shop if you want to get yourself some gear. All right, villain time.
Villain time. Let's get into the first one. Ricky.
It's Grant.
Whoa.
Yeah. First, we got the Joker.
Go ahead, do it.
Do what?
I know you want to say it. The Dottie 6 line. Say it.
What the fuck I feel like? I feel like Joker.
Harley Quinn in the cut with a blower.
You want to see how I got these scars?
Yeah,
I was doing that thing where I knife in between the fingers because I was showing off to everybody at the lunch table.
Yeah.
And then I accidentally nicked myself. Actually, I'll be honest. I didn't hit between the fingers a single time. It was finger, 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 finger.
That's like a trick all in its own.
Yeah, it's like when you pick every game wrong in your parlay. You're kind of like, oh, that's impressive. That's 6 games.
If my buddy just, faded me, he would have won.
Yeah, totally.
I had a question for you fucking nerds out there. I was watching Joker 2, the musical with Lady Gaga, and I didn't make it through, just for the record. I only watched about 30 minutes of it and said, wow, they really fucked this up. Joaquin Phoenix doesn't have the scars in that. And so I was wondering if that was canonically, is the Joker scarless and just wears makeup?
Scarless Johansson.
Stop it. Or is the Joker with scars just a Dark Knight thing? And I know I could look this up, but I like posing the question to you fucking nerds out there.
You should have finished it because he's not the Joker. That's the whole thing. The guy in Joker 1, Arthur.
Oh, he's the inspiration to the Joker.
The real Joker. Yeah.
So still the question stands. Canonically, does the Joker have scars?
Yes.
Okay. So you learn that? The guy who you get to see who he's inspires?
Yeah.
And he has scars?
Well, he gets them, yeah.
Shit.
Because then, he becomes the Joker, and the Joker has scars. So that's why the other guy doesn't have scars.
I mean, you could have just cut me off then.
You hate when I cut you off.
Yeah, I hate everything, so.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Joker, though, Heath Ledger's adaptation of this or whatever, is obviously one of the greatest villains of all time.
My father, he did not treat me so well. We had a lot of domestic issues. And that's how I became so twisted and evil, is because my stepdad was a dick. That's kind of like most movies, right?
It wasn't bad.
It's most movies.
Yeah, I wish this was Danny DeVito's Penguin.
Gritty reboots are on the rise.
What?
Oh,
This movie's from like 2008.
Oh, no, I know. Gritty reboots and gritty backstory. The gritty villain backstory is on the rise. That's better.
That's better?
That's better to start I said gritty reboots. I meant gritty villain backstories. Gritty villain origin stories are on the rise.
Okay, yeah. Totally.
Yeah, maybe I feel like there'll be some candidates for full movies about the villain throughout the rest of the video. So that's something you can look forward to.
Yeah, maybe something like that will pop up.
I give the Joker an A.
This is a mess.
It's become a bit trite. It's inspired way too many violent individuals in real life. I don't like that as much, so I got to take it down a notch.
I do. More, please.
Next. Who the hell is this?
That's Anthony Hopkins.
Okay.
But Hannibal Lecter is a cannibalistic, sophisticated, intellectual psychopath serial killer. There's a bunch of movies about him. There's Manhunter, where I think Brian Cox plays him. Then there's Red Dragon, where someone else plays him. And then this is from Silence of the Lambs, where Anthony Hopkins portrays him. And he says, "Hello, Clarice."
I thought he was Eric Andre's sidekick.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That's Hannibal Buress.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Got my wires crossed there.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like him, though.
Yeah, this guy eats brains, but like also studies history and knows like how to. He's so genius that he's used like almost his super genius in the form of manipulation. And even in Silence of the Lambs, where he's behind bars the whole time, he still has the power to even manipulate the detectives and kind of steer them wrong in the case and stuff and allow the other murderers to go around.
And the detectives are all in love with him, right?
Kind of. He's like that smart.
Right. They kind of, yeah, because that kind of started that whole thing where we all got a crush on the bad guy.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I
Definitely
mean?
plays a big role in that.
Right, totally. I saw Silence of the Lambs the first time like a month ago.
Awesome.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love like the last 35 minutes especially. I think it's got a great climax.
Who's the hero in the movie? The one who sings the song? Or, sorry, dances to the song, does the tuck.
Oh, that's Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is awesome too.
Great season, too.
Yeah.
So far, at least. I don't know when this is coming out, but Josh Allen, clear MVP.
Puts the lotion on Josh's skin unless he gets the hose again.
Goodbye, horses are coming over you.
Would you fuck me? Because I'd fuck me. Yeah,
I
wouldn't even
know
do that.
the story of that song. Hunter told me that story
Okay.
about how the director was riding in a taxi and the taxi driver was playing his friend's music and it had like it wasn't like popular.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Give me that song. I want
Nice.
that song in my movie.
That's awesome.
I want that song in my movie. I'll pay whatever price." I don't know what the director sounds like. I'm just trying stuff out.
That's good, man.
I've only seen this movie one time, and I feel like I haven't seen the cinematic universe of Hannibal Lecter
You'll love
well
it.
enough. And going into this, I thought we were going to talk about Eric Andre's show, so I'm kind of lost.
Yeah, I'm gonna go unfortunately, you don't get to see him in action. You get to see the psyche in action, but you don't get to see him eat brain.
Totally. I'm going to give it a Q.
I'll give him a brain.
Next, Lord Farquaad.
Now this guy's evil to the bone.
And he's based off, if you saw our Shrek How Did It Age, he's based off of some Disney clown, some clown over at Disney.
Yeah, a chairman from Disney, and he kind of looks like him. And he's a short, big-chinned fucker.
Yeah, he's his name is definitely a euphemism for fuckwad. I've talked about that many times.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty funny. The scene where he's riding the horse and they pop him out of his big legs and put him down on his little legs.
Yep.
And then Shrek makes a bunch of short jokes to him, which have not aged well because you can't make fun of somebody who's short. No, you can't make fun of somebody who's short.
I feel like most of them were kind of euphemisms for tiny dick.
And you can't make fun of somebody whose dick is short.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
That's always in play, man.
I feel like that we're gonna get there in terms of body positivity.
Oh my god!
You know,
if I gotta
discourse.
start praising tiny dicked bitches,
We're gonna get there in
pissed.
body positivity discourse.
Nice. I feel like it's
Yeah.
okay to still make fun of short people with tiny dicks.
Yeah, I just feel like eventually it's like you don't pick that. It's like
True.
maybe
but
your dad has a tiny little wiener, or
I thought
maybe
you got your dick gene from your mom.
well, my mom definitely has a tiny dick.
Well, right, but like she kind of passes on the gene, and you get what she would have had the roles been switched.
I remember somebody in high school. I had like a conversation with a girl who I was dating at the time, and forgive me, I hate to, she had and this is there's no way to talk about it.
She had a shallow vagina.
Nope. No.
Darn it, took
No.
a wrong guess there.
She had big boobs, very big.
Fuck.
And then she said, if we have kids together and one of them's a girl, they're gonna have massive boobs because my mom also that's like
So
what
they
she
keep going
said.
down the line.
Yeah, she was saying like you
Yeah.
have the big boob gene because your
Yeah.
mom has big boobs.
I know a girl with big boobs who said that to me. She was like, "Yeah, my mom has big boobs, my sister has big boobs, whole family's got big boobs."
Right. I'm saying if your mom had huge honkers,
Yeah, I'd have a huge honkers.
your kid, like if you had a girl
Oh,
baby, then
Yeah.
eventually she would also get that gene. I'm saying, where does the dick? It's like, do we have the genes of
our sex organs?
the opposite? Yeah, like I don't know.
Neither do I.
Okay, I guess I don't really understand what I'm asking.
Well, in terms of villains, Farquaad kind of falls into that category of like sniveling little punks.
Mhm.
He doesn't really like wreak havoc on the main
No,
character.
he's a shitty villain. He dies in
yeah,
the first movie.
He dies, and like he can kind of just
Yeah, he got eaten by a dragon in a church.
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's like he's so bad at being a villain.
He sucks. He posed no threat really throughout this. So therefore, I give him a C.
I give him an F. Voldemort. Oh wait, fuck. He who shall not be named.
Oh, it's Voldemort.
I mean, I accidentally said it, so I guess.
Who were they? Dude, they were looking for they're gonna do the Harry Potter miniature series. On Apple TV. I'm sure it'll cost $1 trillion and no one will watch it. They're looking at someone cool for this role. I almost want to say it's like Austin Butler.
I feel like he would be a really good
kind of a la Dune 2.
Right.
Where he's blue, scary guy. Either him or like the obvious is like Skarsgård, who did like It.
I think it's
Stavros.
Stavros Halkias is gonna be Voldemort.
That would be huge.
You don't say huge.
What?
Don't say huge.
No, it'd be big for fans.
Oh, okay.
Massive
My
for
bad.
fans.
Yeah, my fault.
Like unable to see their dick for fans.
Now you lost
Big
me.
sweaty Greek for fans. That's what it would be like.
What?
Crazy annoying big fat laugh for fans.
Yeah, he is a great villain because
so powerful.
Very powerful, kind of a shapeshifter and like he just has a lot of like, you don't really know his power. All you know is that he is capable of a lot and he's very dark.
Yeah. He's like all the magic in the Harry Potter universe. He's like just the flip side. Like you see glimpses of the good side that like, oh, like how deep does this go? How many spells could Harry learn? Like he can really harness all the energy. And then right on the other side of that, you have like this omnipotent evil that's like always existed, that has like always found the bad stuff, done all the banned spells and breaks every rule.
Yeah.
And you don't really get to know, yeah, like you said, his limits.
And there's a lot of characters in there that are some form of smaller or misunderstood evil.
Yeah.
Like you get Snape and then you end up like kind of thinking he was a good guy. You get Draco Malfoy.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people thought that he was a fucking dick for sure.
Yeah.
And then in the new book that they just put out, he and Hermione fucked the whole time. And I feel like that, it means that he's good. Like, why would she be with him if he's not a good guy?
Oh, chicks love a bad boy, Riley.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that new book, it went into graphic detail, which I like that the story has grown up with us. When I was a kid, I didn't need to see that.
Right.
Even a kiss, I would turn away.
Yeah.
But then eventually it got to like full-on graphic penetration between Draco and Hermione in that new book that just came out.
He was a bad guy, but you could tell that she won't stay with him because in all the sex scenes, she has to bring her wand into the bedroom. You know, he can't like get it done
right
with his own stick. Mm-hmm. And so she's in there casting vibrator spells.
But how is he supposed to compete with magic?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like in a true like loving relationship, he can get it done with no magic.
I mean, yeah, but back in the day, I feel like we were able to just kind of tote our Draco, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then eventually now it's like we're competing with magic. I mean, what do you...
Sure.
You can't shoot a guy with a gun? Oh.
Yeah. But
That's not gonna...
I'll never marry a woman that does magic on her business while I'm having sex with her.
That seems like a weird line to draw.
Just saying, I'm never going to marry a wizard, bitch.
I will. I guess I'll put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I'm on record at least saying that.
Okay.
That's not a deal breaker for me by any means.
Got it.
In fact, I like it.
I'll give Voldemort an S.
I will say, I think the true villain is probably Voldemort's dad, for all that stuff he went through at home. But I will give Voldemort an S as well. Thanos.
When Kronk was reading me the list of these villains, I didn't think this was a bad guy. Does he start off as a good guy?
His intentions seem pure, but they're really evil.
Okay.
Oh.
His whole thing is like, I have to cleanse half of the universe from existence so we can like remove the amount of bad people. But it also removes a lot of good people.
Reminds me of somebody. I don't know if that's gonna pick up, but it seems like Thanos is doing some sort of ethnic cleansing.
Yeah, some sort of universal ethnic cleansing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that historically hasn't worked yet.
Yeah, that's usually, I will say, villain activity. The hero doesn't usually do that.
Yeah, I've never seen any of these movies, and I guess based on the amount of children I've seen dressed as this MF for Halloween, I kind of was just like, oh, that's one of the guys, one of the good guys.
Is Hulk a good guy?
Hulk is an angry Mark Ruffalo, and yes, he is a good guy.
Okay.
But
because I was going to say, maybe that's where it is like a lot of kids back in the day were wearing his arm.
yeah.
And then nowadays, I feel like people wear this guy's gold arm and they snap or something.
They get the rings or they do they fist.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but I assume that if you're going to wear somebody's arm, that better be a good guy.
I use the Hulk arm in the bedroom on myself. I cut a hole through the fist
And is that magic or?
No, I just jerk off with a Hulk hand.
Okay.
It's like a fleshlight.
You can see
don.
why this is like hypocrisy, though, right?
Well, I don't use it while I'm having sex. I use it when I'm not having sex, is my point.
Okay.
I have sex with the Hulk hand.
And which do you like better, sex with human person or sex with the Hulk hand?
I don't think I'm going to be happy either way. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whatever.
Can't jerk your way to happiness.
Hell no.
Yeah. I saw one of these movies or half of it or something one time and thought it was literally, I think it was at your house. You just might have been like porking yourself with the Hulk hand in your room or
True.
something.
I don't pork myself with it. I fuck the hand. I pork the hand.
Talk to the hand. All right. Don't jerk off with it. But I thought it was a parody of it. Like it was like so funny. Like, but not to say this is not me casting my opinion on these movies.
Yeah.
I know people like them. I'm saying like, I didn't know what these movies were. So I thought it was a parody of those movies because it was so like gratuitously making fun of superhero movies. That's what it seems like.
Are you
it was
sure we
doing.
weren't watching Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Because that movie does exactly that.
It might have been.
I think did it have a guy with a shark head?
Yep.
Yeah, we were watching Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's not these movies?
No, which I like.
Okay.
Because Suicide Squad is gratuitous and like really violent and really makes fun of these movies.
Okay, and then what happens in Avengers?
Avengers is like, we'll save the world if we all do it together. And then it's like, no! And then it's like insane special effects.
So is Thanos part of the Avengers or he's against
No,
them?
that's what I'm saying. I learned that he's the bad guy.
Okay, but he's not part, because sometimes the bad guy's in the main group. and
Yeah, I
he's
don't
like,
think he is.
like Judas in that
Who
movie.
the fuck is that?
From Passion of the Christ?
It's too long.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was like part of the main crew. There's like 12 of them. There's 12 main characters. There's 13 main characters because there's the one guy too. But then he ends up being a bad guy like the whole time.
Yeah.
And he I'm pretty sure he sells out the main character for a bag of blow.
Oh, sick. I can't blame him. How much?
It was like 20 grams.
Yeah.
He ends up using it to revive the main character, though.
Oh,
He's dead for like fucking 40 days or some shit. And then he goes and he
So
gives
some good
him
shit.
one whiff of that, and he had to stand up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanos gets an F. I don't care about this big dumbass, and these movies suck. And if you like them, I honestly think you're stupid. And I haven't seen them, and I will stand on that hill. If I meet you and you're like, you know what's pretty good is like the second Avengers movie, I'll be like, oh, I'm talking to a moron who I'll never get along with or respect.
I'll give it a G for Grant because he likes these movies and I like him. All right, now we got the shark from Jaws.
Oh!
Oh yeah, is he the villain? I feel like he's the hero too because
Why? He kills a bunch of innocent, especially he kills hot girls.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he eats them up.
You know what? I'm realizing I'm mixing this up with Shark Tale, where they do a car wash.
No. I have
Okay.
a question for you.
Okay,
Have you seen this?
I've seen Jaws. Yeah,
When?
like I was 12 though.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long
You're
time.
due for a rewatch. It's
Right.
one of those ones that you're like, I feel like it lived in like my child mind for a while when I couldn't really understand good movies. And then I watched it when I was older and I was like, oh, fuck. Shit slaps.
Yeah, people love it.
It's
And
really good.
It
It's
gets
a-
referenced a lot too. I
Yeah.
know I did watch a thing, this is, I guess, lame too, but I watched a thing about Stranger Things and they were like pointing out all the references to 80s movies and stuff. And they like have almost shot for shot like references to Jaws. And
That's
there's like
cool.
characters who are based on characters from Jaws
Yeah.
in Stranger Things.
I mean, it's badass. Yeah. It's cool that it's like a true horror movie. Everything about it, like down to every detail, is just a horror movie about a giant fish. And it's like also primarily daylight shots. It's one of those first ones to kind of flip horror on its head like that. And it's just like a natural thing.
Yeah.
And then this fear, like, is primordial, like lives in everyone. Like everybody's kind of afraid of the ocean.
Right.
And if you can like tap that, it's badass.
And a movie that has come out recently that is definitely borrows a lot from Jaws is Cocaine Bear, which I was super surprised by.
Like how good it was?
Not how good it was, just that I didn't know it was going to be basically that. It is a slasher flick with a bear as the villain. That is what that movie is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a comedy. I mean,
yeah.
it's like, I thought it was just like it's a bear on cocaine. I thought it was going to be hilarious, but it wasn't. It was like gross and kind of not scary actually, but like it's a slasher flick.
We had that one friend that was a cocaine bear for a while. I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him recently. Still big, still hairy, still gay. Seems like it, but
Okay.
I don't
Did
know
he
if
have
he's doing
shit in his nose.
not in the picture, but
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you never know. I should have zoomed in. You're right.
Shark from Jaws. If you go to Universal backlot, you get to see it. It kind of bursts out of the water. They have the whole setup there. Gas tank blows up. It's awesome. Kind of dies like a coward pussy though. He gets a barrel thrown in his jaws and then they shoot it and it blows up. Whatever. Great movie. Not my favorite villain of all time.
No, I'll give him a B.
That's what I'm going with. A B for Boz.
Next villain, Freddy Krueger.
It kills you in your dreams. I don't know what he sounds like. He sounds kind of normal, actually. It's like, hey, sweetie.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I feel like these are movies that I've watched like at Halloween parties when I was like hella baked and shit. And so like I just don't have much of a memory for it. I know he's got like big long fingers and shit.
I tried to do some classic Halloween movies, like I want to say during like a couple COVID Halloweens, maybe like 21, 22. I was like, let me just check in on all these. And I remember definitely my favorite from them is like the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacres.
Totally.
I like a little more than like these more mid 80s ones. Like I think that first Texas Chainsaw Massacre comes out like 78 or 79.
I don't feel like it was mid, but
yeah, I do though. I think it was mid 80s and mid. Yeah, I don't know. He is, I will say this about him. It's cool that he exists in dreams.
yeah.
That he's not quite in the real world. And then like to try and avoid him once he's like out and about, you and all your friends try and stay up forever. It's like everybody's in the house like, come on, do another line. You gotta stay up. And then like people go and then they go into like psychosis and they like sleep craziness. And then they kind of doze off and he's like, I've been waiting. And you're like, no.
Yeah, it's like an insomniac's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
Best
a great
nightmare.
name for a movie. Insomniac's worst nightmare.
Well, it'd be
because
like
the worst nightmares happen while you're awake.
oh shit.
Need his skincare routine, by the way.
Yeah, and he's like so fucked up looking. He is like, in terms of horror movie villains, he's like really messed up.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like Jason is just like a drowned man, like a wet man. Who's like
a wet man with a knife.
he's like a lake cadaver
Yeah.
who has like definitely big time autistic strength. He like when he encounters someone, he kind of throws them through a wall. You're like, holy shit, I guess I didn't think about him being that strong.
Right.
He has super strength for whatever reason. And Freddy Krueger's like sneaky and creepy and like sadistic.
Definitely inspired the Hat Man though.
Who's that?
The Hat Man from the Benadryl movie, which is every movie for me. I gotta pop a few of those before I watch
Just to
something.
lock in.
Yeah. Yeah. If you make it past the first 15 minutes and you're still awake, it's smooth sailing from there.
I'll say in terms of, elements of him as a villain, I really like. I don't love the movies, but that's not what we're judging here. I'll give him an A.
I already gave him an A. You were asleep.
Next.
The Wicked Witch of the West. Oh, okay. Now we're going to have some uncomfortable conversations.
What is
okay.
that?
In Wizard of Oz, the clear villain is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Right.
But with the fan fiction Wicked kind of going plat, I feel like we have to talk about that really she was just a victim of green racism. Or as I'm calling it, gracism.
Is that true?
Yeah, it seems like it.
They hate her because she's green,
Yep.
straight up and wicked.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And then she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West because everybody's all... It's confusing. Well, wait till Wicked Part 2 comes out because I don't have a great memory of the rest of how it goes.
Okay.
But that's definitely what's going on. She's not wicked at all. In fact, she's awesome.
Shit.
And Galinda's kind of like a little bit superficial.
She's kind of a bitch.
While she's charming and she becomes good friends. And then there's a whole love quad box. There's a quad box of love.
Nice.
That
Red
happens.
Zone reference.
Yeah. Shout out to Scott Hansen. It's a quad box of love between some of the characters. And personally, I feel like at the end of the day, the real villain is the Tin Man.
The Tin Man's in Wicked too?
Well, I don't know. There's like characters in Wicked who become the characters. So like the Scarecrow and the Tin Man, and I believe the Lion as well. All of them, I think, are they're like people.
I had no idea that was even the case.
You thought Wicked was a whole separate thing.
Yeah, I just thought Wicked was a musical with witches in it. I wasn't like, oh, that's Wizard of Oz fan fiction.
It's a prequel fan fiction of Wizard of Oz.
Wow, that sucks.
And the wizard is Jeff Goldblum, or he's the mayor of Emerald City. I don't remember. Yeah, whatever. I forget how it all
One of the
connects.
Munchkins killed themselves in the OG Wizard of Oz, though. So
Yeah, and then somebody made a whole fake thread about how like everybody got lead poisoning from the paint and all that shit, and it's just like, and then something about Brittany Murphy's house having mold in it or something. I know she wasn't in Wizard of Oz, but that's separate, I guess.
And then like Dark Side of the Moon, whatever. I say the better villains in this movie are the flying monkeys.
Right.
Those motherfuckers are actually scary.
Oh, in Wicked, they're scarier than ever. Well, they're funny too, but they're scary. They're like, like they show you how they got made.
My
like,
dad.
They were regular monkeys before that.
Oh, great.
And then the wings like come out of their back and it hurts them a lot.
My dad will skip that scene. I've watched Wizard of Oz with my family maybe 3 times. My dad will literally either leave the room or ask to skip the scene with the flying monkeys. He like legit.
Your dad is scared of a lot of things.
What do you mean?
He's afraid of watching an Uma Thurman movie with you in the room in case he pops a boner.
I'm afraid of watching one with him.
There we go. That makes more sense.
Yeah. And he can't get a boner anymore. He made that very clear to me when I got him a nudie mag for his birthday. He said, I'd use this in the traditional way, but now I just get to admire the female anatomy.
I hope we get there someday.
Whatever. I like getting hard and using the Hulk hand.
Anyway, back to the Wicked Witch of the West. I feel like in the traditional sense of the Wizard of Oz, if you take away the wicked part of it, then yeah, it's fine. I mean, she's kind of just a cackling witch. I feel like we wouldn't
Yeah, she does.
we wouldn't really have like the context for witches being like this if it weren't for this movie, though.
I guess. I feel like witches get portrayed all the time. And like, especially in more occult-ish movies, you get like the woodsy witches who are like using children's bones and bugs and shit to make like fucked up potions.
Yeah, but this was like one of the first movies ever, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the witch, like it's kind of like that whole Santa Claus Coca-Cola thing.
No, see, I feel like witches were so enriched in like folklore and stuff that any movie ever would have used a witch.
I feel like witches were just like whores from a long time ago.
No.
That got burned at the stake, and they'd be like, she was a witch because she was doing this, so she sucked the dick.
I saw her doing reverse cowgirls.
Yeah, she was doing different positions,
See, I don't
and
think
that's
so.
not the way the Bible intended.
I think if you went back in written history, there's plenty of illustrations and stories that have witches just as we've seen in other movies.
Well, they didn't do illustrations or movies in color for a long time, so I guess we didn't know they were green until now.
F.
I'll give her a C.
Okay.
I like the cackle. Dr. Evil.
Mike Myers, Dr. Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the best comedic villain of all time.
It's hard because this is just making fun of like a villain. Like, you know what I mean?
He's Dr. Evil.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like they were like, oh, let's like make him really like pompous and weird and I don't know.
But the characteristics that Mike Myers gives him are so good.
Right.
I love the dynamic between him and Seth Green, how he hates his son, and then he clones himself or whatever to make Mini-Me, who's like awesome, and then he becomes the spoiled son who like can't even really talk, and then he plays all the roles in the movie besides Vern Troyer and Seth Green. I don't know. I like how he embodies this weird parody character of a villain. I think it's funny and gross.
I realized when you were talking about that, I literally have not seen these movies since I was like 9 years old, so I don't even remember what happens. So I don't know.
I do love Goldmember too.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
That's one of the movies.
He dips his cock in gold and he picks scabs off his back and eats them.
And Beyonce's in it too.
Yeah, these movies rock. I don't care. We should do one for How Did It Age because you'll be pissed probably.
Yeah, I never liked them.
I love them. I love the musical numbers. For me, this is Medea Goes to Jail for white people because Mike Myers plays all the characters opposed to Eddie Murphy.
I'll give this an E.
For evil. I'll give it an A.
Patrick Bateman.
Hell yeah. What? This is Austin Butler.
He's doing that.
Yeah, they're doing American Psycho, a new one with him, and I think that's a terrible choice.
The only thing I'm mad about is that he's not American.
That's one.
Because it's
But maybe they'll
American
make
Psycho, you know?
Maybe they'll make it Global Psycho. Because we're in like the New World Order. And
International Psycho.
shit. International Psycho.
I like that.
I've just never seen him do anything like quick and like manic like this. Like this is supposed to be the hyper clean, works out, everything. Like the embodiment of the serial killer when like a girl posts at like a guy's apartment and be like, oh, he's a fucking serial killer because his house is like pristine.
Yeah, or like the guys who do TikToks and they're like getting home from work and they like film all of it, and it's like they get home from work and make the healthiest smoothie you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Then they go work out and then they take out their perfect dog.
And then they light incense and then like read for an hour.
Yeah, they read for 1 hour and they've got like plants that they take care of meticulously.
Way too well.
Yeah, and their apartment is spotless and they're rich, and you're just kind of like, oh, I mean, that you're too clean. You got to kill people sometime.
Yeah, and I've never seen Austin Butler inhabit a character that's like, oh, everything's like this or this.
He's always, the thing about acting, though.
I know, but he's always just been like, yeah.
Right.
I've never seen him tweaking and all groomed up. So it'll be a big challenge for the fella.
Okay, well, we'll see how it shakes out.
I probably won't. I'm boycotting movies I think are going to suck, and I'm going to make a big deal about it. That's
yeah,
my
I
new
don't
thing.
like that. I don't like it.
Yeah, this movie's great, though.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I love his internal dialogue throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
When they sit down with people and it'd be like, you stupid fucking bitch. And he's like, Charlene, how are ya?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I do like that this kind of defined like an entire new type of villain.
Yeah.
Because there obviously are serial killers in real life. Like people were like, oh, Ted Bundy's so handsome and charming and look at what he did. He's a monster. And it's like, first of all, he didn't even do that shit. And secondly, it's like, yeah, now we get like a cinematic, easily digestible version of a sociopath.
Yes.
Who can fully function in the real world.
Super successful.
But then also be capable of awful and evil things and secret behind everything. When you look into the windows of his soul, you see nothing but darkness.
Well said, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I give it an S.
I do give him an S too. It's a great character.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw is awesome.
Jigsaw is awesome, but like the way that Jigsaw looks is like a paper mache like school project.
That's
like,
what kills me so much.
Yeah.
Like Jigsaw rocks in so many ways. It's so complex. Where does he find the time to set all these traps?
I don't know, but it turns out, because again, they've been doing these gritty villain origin stories.
They did do a Jigsaw origin, didn't they?
Yeah, and it turns out that he was just like a guy who went to Mexico for surgery, and they botched it, and then that's why
Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but one of my good friends saw it, and she told me all about it.
Sick.
And said that it's like, yeah, he like has to get surgery and goes to Mexico, and they botch it, and then that's what makes him so evil.
What?
I'm pretty sure they really botched it, by the way, because there's no way he looked anything like that before. I mean, they did something.
He looked like Patrick Bateman before he went to Mexico, and they were like, put a puppet arm on him, pop it.
Like, dude, this was supposed to be an appendectomy. And I don't understand how he ended up with a weird, with these rosy, like hypnosis cheeks and this detached robotic jaw.
His legs aren't working. Give him that little bike. Give him the little tricycle.
Yeah. Oh, he can't talk anymore. Just put a tape player on his chest.
He's so quirky and it's so scary. I love the first couple Saws, man. He's a maniacal genius, man. I'll give Jigsaw an S.
I'll give him an S as well. His stupid little bow tie. Yeah, he's a puppet. This is like if he never existed, Jeff Dunham would have made this puppet at some point, and it would have been so offensive.
It would have been awesome. Though.
Yeah. Agent Smith. Who the fuck is this?
Well, there's a bunch of them, but Agent Smith is kind of like.
Is this Jeremy Piven?
No.
Doesn't it look like Jeremy Piven
He's
a little
like,
bit?
fuck you, Keanu. He's in the Matrix.
Oh, okay.
And he's kind of like.
Aren't we all?
What are they? They're kind of like the police of the Matrix in a weird way. He is an agent. And he doesn't like when you bend or break or try and like defy the Matrix. And then he can like multiply himself. He can shapeshift. He can do a bunch of shit. There'll be like 100 of them. And every time you think Keanu Reeves kills one, it's just like more appear.
So clearly in this one, he shapeshifted into Jeremy Piven.
Yeah.
It does look like him, right? I'm not like tripping on that.
I can't remember who plays him. You know him from other things.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen The Matrix because I'm living it. Too busy living it to watch it. But I will say this.
Yeah.
Jigsaw, the one that we were talking before about, he may do some tricks. That's one of his things, is tricks.
Oh, he does tricks on it.
His name is Agent Smith. That sucks. That's such a normal name.
I know. I hope when you do see this, you're on like some Ket or Benadryl or something, so you can kind of suspend.
Or both.
Yeah, or both. So like,
I don't actually look that up. I don't know if that.
What?
I've never done those two together, and I don't want to even joke about. Look it up on the chemical reactions of don't do those two together.
I thought you were saying I don't do either of those. Look that up.
Oh no,
I do cat. Look that up.
I've done both of those separately.
Not in mixture form.
And I've never done them at the same time.
Probably shouldn't.
And I'm saying look it up on that site that you can do that with.
Yeah, you probably just shouldn't be mixing anything.
Right, just look it up because that's one of a girl that I used to talk to put me onto that because she had a whole thing. Well, she had a lot of different things. And then, she would be like, can you do these two together? Is that bad? Some of them aren't good together. And then
others are great.
Yeah, some of them are like, boom. There's a name for that, actually. It's called candy flipping.
Look that one up, kids.
Yeah, don't do drugs at all.
I hope you're high of some kind when you do watch The Matrix, because I feel like it'll allow you to enter the world a little bit more. And I hope it's not like sober Riley on like a Tuesday who's like, it sucks.
Well, I'll try to get high and watch it.
Cool, man. Agent Smith, whatever. I give him a B.
I'll pick a new letter. Let's go P.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Terminator.
I just watched this for the first time. Thought it was pretty good.
I haven't seen it in like probably 6-7 years.
I have this opinion because I watched it recently and I had never seen it. I was trying to figure out how the fuck they were going to kill this guy. I was like, it seems impossible, actually.
See, that's
like they
great.
keep shooting him and nothing's happening.
Yeah, that's
they
great.
set him on fire. He's fine.
Yeah.
All this shit. I was like, where is this guy's Achilles heel?
Yeah.
And it's not a guy. I get that. He's just a robot. I totally get it. Honestly, I don't think he's the villain. I think his dad's the villain. There's obviously problems at home.
Right.
But
I think it's his mom, his bitch drunk mom.
how dare you?
What? That's just a theory. Plenty of other people
She's
think
a
that.
woman.
Oh, shit.
Women aren't villains until we get
shit.
to one later.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I was like, that makes it cool and it's just emotionless. That's kind of cool
Yes.
because like you never get the sense of like, oh, he's mad. He's not ever,
No.
there's nothing. He's just like, I am programmed to kill.
kill. Yeah.
I will kill.
Yeah.
I'll come back later. And I was like,
Nice.
hell
Dude,
yeah.
he'll be back.
Yeah, he will be back.
Yeah, to kill.
Totally.
Because that's what he does.
That's the mission he was sent on. He's
kill.
basically a spaceship. Like, like he's just like he's like a gun or a drone or something.
Yeah,
like
he's
not
a
like
drone gun.
Yeah, he's just like a
Go kill.
and like
Yeah.
whenever they show his vision, it's hilarious because it's just like it's just like numbers and like
Yes.
heat sensors and shit. Looks like a fucking Doppler radar or something.
It's awesome, man. I give him an A.
He looks like a former friend of ours, by the way, and acts like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give him an S. Scar from The Lion King.
James Earl Jones voices it.
No, that's Mufasa.
Damn it. Who voices Scar?
Let's see. Actually, can we get a fact check on Scar's voice?
Jeremy Irons.
Oh, Jeremy Irons. Okay.
Jeremy Irons. Okay.
He's a legend.
Alleged. He's allegedly a legend.
Scar's like, whatever. Scar's kind of like, he never got what he really wanted, and he's kind of like, oh.
He got a little attitude on him,
Yeah, he's got a little attitude, and he just like wants to kill the king's kid.
and like, which is like his brother
Yeah.
or some shit. There's a
I
weird
don't know.
family.
I don't
yeah.
like Scar's attitude.
I don't like it, but that's why I like him as a villain.
I guess
Because he's
do.
fucking annoying. He's like, he's got the rowdy little hyena guys.
Yeah, he's almost snooty. He's like, "Nah."
Right, but I kind of like that his snootiness has become evil. It's like been cooking, Like
Yeah.
like he might not be like truly evil. He's more like he's been kind of cast out
Corrupted.
or whatever. But eventually he's walking through a mountain of bones.
Yeah,
That's fucking sick.
it is. Yeah, that's a
It's like
great
his
scene.
evil knows no bounds, and he wants to kill. He wants to kill the person. It'd be worse, not person lion. That it's worse to kill. Like he wants to
kill
do
his
the-
nephew.
Yeah, he wants to do the worst killing he can.
Yeah, what's that called? Nephricide.
Yeah, nephew side.
I give him like a B.
Yeah, I'll give him a B, but I do like him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh yes,
Heat miser and snow miser.
I kind of feel like we shouldn't be rating these two together because I have very different ratings for them.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You like snow miser way more.
Yes, because he's clearly gay.
Well, yeah, and he's like way more. He's like clever. Heat miser's kind of just like Heat miser runs hot.
Yeah, I do feel like Heat Miser's parts of the songs are better. He's a better singer, but clearly Snow Miser is gay, and I like that because he's like an old queen. You know, he's just kind of like he's like a tall old queen who's just like my brother. Yeah, he sucks. You know, whatever. But He Miser, I feel like he's a good villain because he would like hit on my girlfriend in a bar, and if I said something, he'd be like, "You really want to be with this string bean? You really want to be with this string bean?
And like, come with me, honey. I'll show you loving as hot as the sun."
Yeah, and he's like, "Everything I touch turns to gold."
What? He's not fucking Midas. He melts shit.
I'm pretty sure he's based off Midas.
Is he?
I don't know.
Why would he be? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser.
I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. 101.
That's Fahrenheit, by the way.
Yes.
Because obviously, Celsius, that'd be not crazy. But
S.
I give them an S, absolutely. They have the best songs of any villain so far.
Yes. Oh, Dr. Hitler.
Yeah, he plays the villain in real life.
Well, yeah, and in a ton of movies.
Yeah, a bunch of different ones.
Longest Day, Inglorious Bastards, Schindler's List.
And he's the rare villain that is also a hero in other movies, mostly Mel Gibson's movies. Yeah. As a villain, this is the rare time also where I've given this guy an S.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Oh, actually, no, wait, no.
He had a micro penis. He liked to paint. And he was like constantly just screaming, and everybody else kind of did the dirty work for him. And the only reason he really got into power was like through manipulation of a really poor government and like susceptible people.
Right. I guess I did forget that he had a tiny little penis and sucked at painting, and that's the reason that he killed like millions of people.
Yeah.
That is a dumbass reason.
I hate that. It is dumb, but if it was in a movie, I'd be like, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I hate when misfortune turns to ideological evil.
Yes.
But at the same time, that is what I like in movies.
Yeah.
Because again, the real villain here is Hitler's dad.
And his wife.
Pretty much the whole new context for villains is like, well, let's try to understand where they're coming from. They probably had problems at home.
I'm not doing that with him.
Any context that you get on why Hitler did what he did is some pathetic bitch shit. It's just like my penis is so small and I suck at painting. I didn't even get into my favorite art school. And then he goes and kills a bunch of people who don't look like him.
Right, and he propped up a bunch of people that he probably wished he looked like. He was like, blonde hair, blue-eyed, tall, strong guy, big penis, yeah. You be in my army. You're general now. Yeah. And he was like a short, brown-haired, brown-eyed, dumb-ass mustache. Why'd he settle on that?
I don't know. I think he was just going for something iconic.
Iconic queen. Yeah, I give Hitler a B. Yeah, that's gonna be troublesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it to an H. No. Wait a second.
You just can't. We just both can't give him an S.
Okay, I'll give him a B. Actually, I'll give him a D.
Nice.
I switched it all the way around.
All right,
He's
I go
a
B.
Terrible villain.
Yeah. Sid Phillips.
I never knew his last name.
I guess neither did I. Why'd they have to make his head look like all junked up?
That's just it was the first Pixar movie.
Yeah, he looks severely inbred.
Right, but I think that's more to do with what they could do with animation at the time.
Oh, they could have made a circle for sure.
Well,
and
yeah,
that would have looked more normal. They were like,
do you know what a circle head looks like in animated movies?
It'd look better than this.
No, that's not really. He had like a badass black shirt on, and he was like everybody's sniveling bully.
Yeah, or just like sick neighbor. This is pre-Columbine, and this character I feel like couldn't exist now in a Pixar movie because he's too school shooter like. He's like playing with fireworks in the backyard. His parents are never around. He's got like a knife.
I hate to nitpick about school shooter shit, but like school shooter shit now, sure. The Columbine dudes were in trench coats building video games. Like they weren't. This wasn't like to me. I'm like the Columbine guys looked cooler.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying, like just off looks and like vibes,
they were cooler.
Sid was like a fucking loser.
He's like a grub.
Yeah,
he was like a grubby little pyro.
He doesn't even give me school shooter vibes. He gives me like locked up at 18 vibes.
Bicking his nose.
You don't get locked up for that. I'm saying he like probably like set some fires or like got involved like in some stupid scheme and shit or like broke into somebody's house or brought a knife somewhere that he shouldn't.
Yeah. And as far as villains go, he just steals toys and blows them up. Like he's
Yeah, that's like not even villain shit.
he's not even really a threat to whatever who's the guy that owns Buzz?
Andy.
Andy. There you go. He's not like really
He owns Woody more importantly.
well, every teenage boy owns Woody. They get hard all the time.
Yeah, I get it.
Um,
and every teenage girl owns Buzz nowadays.
On fire. Great job. Yeah, he doesn't pose a threat to Andy. He just like wants to blow his toys up.
But I think that's what's cool about the perspective of this world is like they see it from the perspective of the toys, like who is good and who is bad.
Yeah.
Is based on like from a toy's perspective, they hate dogs because dogs chew them up. Dogs aren't evil, but those are the villains. And then the kid who loves blowing up toys and throwing them out of cars, running them over with bikes. He's not evil. He's like fucking around. You know, Napoleon Dynamite would be evil by that by that metric because he's taking toys, action figures, and throwing them out the back of the bus. But like. But in their world, they had to make him seem evil.
Yeah, I give him an F.
Yeah, I give him an F as a villain.
Yeah.
And I'd say give him some more support at home. It seems like the real villain is Sid's dad.
Yeah, his mom should stop drinking.
Oh, Regina George.
Hottest villain yet, for sure.
I mean, to me, yeah.
Okay. I said it first.
Patrick Bateman is hot to a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's actually hotter
I'm saying
to me.
As a heterosexual male, yeah, that's the hottest villain so far.
Yeah, and she plays a high schooler.
She was not that age. Ah, fuck.
Walked right into that trap.
Damn. Well, you said it first.
Yeah, but then you like really inserted yourself into the conversation.
I was just trying to.
You said to me though.
Rachel McAdams was not a child when this movie was filmed.
Okay.
Just gonna say that.
Look it up. He's never done ketamine and Benadryl together.
Not at the same time.
No.
Probably, maybe same day. But probably separated.
Way separate.
Probably had an allergic reaction while I was on ketamine.
Yeah,
and I barely even cared. I was like,
You were like, oh, that guy over there's having an allergic reaction. Someone should give him a Benadryl, and then you fed yourself.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Feel better, buddy.
Right. But Regina George is an awesome villain in this movie because she's just... You know, it's called Mean Girls. She's just a mean girl at school.
Yeah, she's mean as fuck. Really pulls some backstabbing behavior. Kind of sophisticated little pranks. But really, in the end, she's the one who gets the short end of the stick.
She gets hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and she rubs like dick cream all over her face or whatever.
Well, yeah, she gets like honestly, Katie Heron is
Low
quite
key.
the villain in this movie. And she goes beyond even what Janice Ian wants to do.
Right.
You know, and instead, like, she starts just terrorizing Regina George. Then Regina George gets her back in the ultimate way by writing herself into the burn book, then scattering the burn book everywhere. And then at the end, she gets hit by a bus. And then Katie Heron gets to redeem herself by going on stage and being like, you know what? Everybody's beautiful and I love it here.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I didn't know anything about America before I got here. I got lost in the sauce. I got too popular. And so now I'm going to say, Regina, you're beautiful. And meanwhile, she's got a whole fucking cage on her head because she got hit by a bus.
As far as villainry goes, though, I'll go C.
I go A because I think she does a really good job at clapping back at Katie Heron.
Hell yeah. Shooter McGavin.
Wow. Never really thought about him in this context, but
I'm glad we have a sports villain in here, though, because he's not, you know, he is like the true, and it's great in a golf movie, which is a singular sport and is really dominated by, you know, the guy who like does well with sponsorships and is like, he's an embodiment of like corporations.
Right, he's Lightning McQueen.
And he dominates the tour, and Happy Gilmore represents everything that he's not. For example, he putts with a hockey stick. Shooter would never do that because he's sponsored by Titanic.
He yells, you know, when he gets it in. Or
he
whatever.
wears a flannel shirt untucked.
He says fuck and boobs.
And boobs,
And ass.
And all of his fans go,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's completely anti-establishment. He's not what the big businesses want happening in golf, but he's what the game needs to spice it up.
Absolutely. And Shooter won't even like give him the time or sportsmanship that like another competitor should. He's like, oh, I won't even shake that animal's hand.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't
that's
quite
nice.
talk like that.
I won't even shake that animal's hand.
Nah, he's more of like a misogynistic kind of creep guy. He's like a handsome guy who's like, yeah, you come back to my place and suck me off, toots, or something
For
like
10 billion bucks.
Yeah, something like that. And then also he like kind of wants to fuck Adam Sandler's mom.
Yep.
Well, really, he just wants to take care of her. He wants to buy her. He wants to buy her a new house to establish dominance over.
No, doesn't he want to like level her house and build like a new apartment building or something there?
I think he wants to put her in a home.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't understand exactly what's. It's something he like has some sort of like domination kink or something.
He's awesome though, and I'm excited for Happy Gilmore 2, where Margaret Qualley plays Shooter McGavin's daughter.
That's happening.
I know she's in Happy Gilmore 2, and I'm sure it's gonna suck.
Is it a girl all-female reboot?
LPGA? No, I don't know. I just know she's in it.
LPGAIA plus. That's funny. It's fine. Gay golf.
It's Hunter Schafer and Margaret Qualley, Billie Eilish as the golf ball.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, I took it too far.
It was an all-white cast. So let's get some diversity in there.
Oh, hell yeah. I thought Billie Eilish was Iranian.
No, she's ironic.
Oh.
You don't get her music.
Just with the way she's always covered herself up. I assumed she was Muslim. Hey, for Shooter.
I'll give him a B.
Yeah.
B.
Ooh, the I Am Legend zombies.
I thought the villain in this movie was Jada Pinkett Smith.
I thought it was the dog. That's why he had to choke it out.
Well, yeah, the dog dies though, so
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah, thank God. That thing sucked. It was a racist German Shepherd.
Yeah, get that fucking dog out of here.
Yeah, that was Hitler's dog, essentially.
Basically, yeah.
These are some of the most athletic zombies I've ever seen. Like when I went and saw this, I was like, oh, fuck, how's he going to get away from these suckers?
Yeah, usually zombies can just walk and groan. And in this one, they're like doing fucking kickflips and shit.
They like jump over cars like little beasts. And they have like a leader. They have the one guy that's always like, while all the others are running, he'll look and be like, and then break out into a full like acrobatic kind of chase.
Yeah, he's the conductor of the symphony of zombies.
I mean, that'd be me if I was conductor zombie. They're all white and Will Smith's like the only guy left who's alive and he's black. Mm-hmm. And he has a German Shepherd. I don't know. And it also feels like really weird that he would be alive in his apartment in Manhattan.
Well, it's because he can fly. He has a like super suit, and he's
fuck.
He's like,
you're thinking of Will I Am
from the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah,
no,
he's from the future and can fly.
No, I'm thinking of Will Smith's character in I Am Legend, Hancock.
Hancock. I liked Hancock too. That's a pretty good movie.
The Fresh Prince of Zombieland. You should do that. Yeah, Carlton's there, like.
Carlton's like. I like these things, but
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie's all right. I like them as zombies. I wish maybe we should have chose better zombie representation. You know, there's like Evil Dead and Dawn of the Dead and 28 Days Later.
Rob Zombie.
World War Z. Mm-hmm. Those ones are quick too.
And
the World War Z zombies are pretty quick too.
What?
I don't care. Hey.
What happened?
I don't care.
L.
Sauron.
What the fuck is this?
Sauron.
This is from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, this is Lord of the Rings. This is from the books.
Okay.
This illustration, obviously.
Right.
He's kind of the, you know what, Grant? I'm kind of with you now. This is kind of the Thanos of the Lord of the Rings world. He's like a master of the rings.
Yeah, I'm starting to sour on this. I'm starting to sour on these movies as time goes by.
I'm in a weird place. I feel like everybody tries to either be all in or all out on Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah, I'm doing the hokey pokey with it.
I like them.
Yeah, 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yeah, they're cool.
I like them. Think they're good.
Yeah, they're fun. It's like a fun epic. I'm never going to be the guy who like can tell you a bunch of details about it. I'm never going to be the guy who like tries to show it to a woman. And yeah, I'm not going to like get drunk with you and be like, oh my God, that scene in Return of the King when fucking Gandalf shoves that shit in his ass. Like, yeah, they're just like fine. If I have 20 hours I need to kill, I'll watch them.
I thought that Gollum was the villain in this movie.
He is, but this is like the overarching evil.
Okay.
Gollum's definitely a villain,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of bad villains. Next.
Oh, the iceberg from Titanic.
Oh, I'm glad we got an inanimate object in here.
Yeah.
No one saw it coming. Doesn't have much of a character arc.
I feel like the villain's the pilot of the boat, right?
The pilot.
You know what they call it? Yeah.
The guy flying the ship.
Yeah, the guy flying the boat.
No,
he
the
didn't-
villain is Leonardo DiCaprio. He takes advantage of that rich girl.
What's the age gap there, too? Because I'm
What?
pretty sure it's weird, right?
She's supposed to be older?
I think he's supposed to be...
Hell no. He's like a dirty street boy that sneaks on. He's supposed to be like 17.
Oh, okay. Word.
And then he does that Irish dancing down below the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite scene transition is when they go from the pompous dinner where they're all making fun of Leo. And then he's like, come on with me. Let's blow this popsicle dick. And they go downstairs with all the poor people. And he's like, does a little Irish jig. And they get drunk on that hooch. And then he gets some hooch, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he paints her.
Pretty sure that movie's rated like PG too. And you see her tits. Things used to be different.
Juicy, her tits? Are you saying her tits are juicy?
You see her tits.
Yeah.
You see her tits.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I see them too when I watch the movie.
oh, we see the same thing. I had no idea. They are juicy, and those are definitely not the villain of that movie. In fact, it's the only reason I'm watching. But I give it a B because there's no emotion.
Ice cold,
Pure killing, just pure, and did it all with one. It's like really just one being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And you got to kill a lot of people,
Hell yeah.
and mostly rich fucks too.
Yeah.
If they ever tell you that a boat is unsinkable,
Don't get on it.
tell them you got a movie for them to watch. All right, that was our movie villains tier list. Let us know if you want us to do TV villains, movie heroes, TV heroes, cartoon villains, cartoon sidekicks, or anything else. Drop it downstairs.
Yeah. I like doing the movie character stuff. We could even, this could go deep.
We could go very deep with this.
Yeah.
And I love going deep. Other than that, like the video, subscribe, all that stuff. Copes.shop for all your favorite HIVEMIND gear.
He's a man, not a website.
And other than that, we'll see you in the next one. This has been HIVEMIND Unlimited. Thanks for watching.
Bye, Mom.
And if you're young and you smoke marijuana, everyone knows it and can smell it on you, and the cops are on the way.